Make sure none of that stuff's in there, Micah. We tell me when we are going to record.
I mean, we're already recording, but
I know, but I meant like, you know, when it's actually going to start. Like,
I mean, we'll start when there's good content because I generally just take whatever we're talking about and I'm like, hey, that's funny.
Okay, well, it's kind of a special day today.
Why is it a special day?
Because this is Damn That's Podcasting, episode 20.
Oh, we're starting?
Yes.
We're starting? I didn't know we were starting.
Oh.
I was going to do a meme first.
Well, I guess we started.
Oh, no. This is episode 20. Hello, my friends. We meet again. It's been a while. Where do we begin? It seems like forever. Like just last week.
Is this plagiarism?
No, because it actually says friend, and I said plural, so I changed it at least 50%, so it's not.
Oh yeah, it's like what was it? Vanilla Ice, who was like, mine goes da 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 da, and theirs goes da 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 da.
Duh. Yeah. See,
although I did it way out of rhythm. I didn't even do it right.
It's like Milli Vanilli lip syncing, and now they're like, that's what everybody does.
Right.
So they really didn't do anything wrong.
Nope, they didn't.
They didn't. Speaking of not doing anything wrong, we made it to episode 20. So
we
the
did.
big 2-0.
It looks like we did something right.
20 is like
Pretty
such
excited.
a non-important birthday. It's just like you're almost 21, man. Like next year. It's the next year birthday. Like next year it all happens for you.
Does anybody know why it's 21? Because I don't really understand that either. Like, to me, it would make sense if you're like, hey, you know, you get to 18, you can buy, back in the day for me, cigarettes and like adult magazines, but to drink,
right?
Like
Be
20. But why is it going to be 21? Why do you have to wait an extra year?
I mean, it's only 21 in the U.S.
Well, yeah, true.
But why?
I mean, yeah, exactly. Why, though, to his point. So, like, try and think about it. What decisions did you make at 20 that at 21 would have been different decisions?
Nothing.
And like, I'm a year older. I'm going to do that differently.
Yeah. I'm wiser now, so I won't make as many mistakes as when I was 20 with this extra information that I have of being able to buy the devil's liquor.
Are you Budweiser?
That is definitely a Owen Brody joke.
It is. It is.
It's mostly about drinking and driving.
Like,
so,
but why though? What's the extra year got to do with it? Like, I mean, I get it. Drinking and driving is bad. We don't condone that, but
18 to 21 is not a year. But,
right. But no. We're talking about like if the drinking age was 20,
right?
But they're like, no, we're gonna make it 21.
I don't know. President Reagan signed it. That's all I've found so far.
Can we ask him? Is he still alive?
Yeah, we can message him. I think he's on X at Reaganomics.
Real Reagan.
I think it's Real Reagan Prez with a Z.
And it's just him with like those meme sunglasses on. The profile picture.
It's got a check mark, so that's fine.
Well, the Organization of Mothers Against Drunk Driving, they became agitating. I didn't think that was a verb. For a uniform national drinking age of 21 to help eliminate the blood borders. Don't know what that means. And keep alcohol out of the hands of supposedly less mature 18-year-olds. As a result, President Reagan signed the National Minimum Drinking Age Act of 1984.
So in 1984, they made that a deal. So they were like, okay, so the drinking age went from 18 to 21.
Correct.
Yeah, okay. I can live with that. I mean, I lived with it my whole life. But I can respect that going from 18 to 21. I see the logic now. But still, 20 is such a terrible birthday.
Yeah, you have to still look forward to it. And then if you don't drink, you have really nothing to look forward to until 25 when you can rent a car and have it be.
Your car insurance gets lower at 25 too.
Yeah.
What did you do for your 20th birthday, Murdock?
I don't remember. I can tell you what I did for my 21st birthday, but not
usually the 21st is the one you don't remember.
No, mine was laid back because I waited. I went out with a bunch of my friends like the week after my 21st birthday. I went out with my family for my 21st birthday. We went to Margarita's Mexican restaurant.
So good. Great.
Yeah, it was
I
really
haven't
good. Had some tacos.
I haven't been to Margaritas in a long time. We
It's
used to have
great.
one
They're
near
opening
me.
one up near us here.
Oh,
Yeah, in Brunswick, Maine.
we used to have one, and now it's a place called Snacks, and all they do is appetizers.
Is it with a Z?
No, it's with
Seems
an
like a place that would
X.
have a Z in it.
It's with an X.
That's even worse.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
With an X at the end?
Yeah, Snacks.
Do they have a X Twitter X?
I don't know. I can probably find out. I think we could all find out.
Snacks on X?
Snacks on X. I feel like that's a different thing.
Do they have a Musk?
They might.
That sounds like a musky store.
It's very musky.
Musk. I really wish it was called Musk. The more and more I say that every time we have a podcast, the more and more I hope that someone makes a thing called Musk, or like they push him out of X and he's like, you know what? We're going to have Musk.
Well, maybe they'll like dethrone him as CEO. I don't think that's really a thing, but they'll dethrone him as the
dethrone him.
owner, and then they'll make it like Musk for some reason.
And then
Musk
he could have
Inc.
TV and it would be Musk CTV.
Musk see TV. That's right. Don't change the channel, kids.
What does CTV mean?
Must see TV? He was making a pun.
Yeah.
Is that a pun? Does that fall under the category of pun?
It's like wordplay.
Should ask Big Pun.
He only
Big
knows the
pun?
big puns.
Yeah.
That was like a little that was a little to medium pun.
Look at the adjective play. So
That's
Adjectives.
agitator, the middle of a washing machine that has the little thing in there. Yep, that's called an agitator.
yeah, I don't like those.
Yeah, I don't either.
You don't like agitators?
I
Do
don't
they
like
agitate
real-
you?
Yeah, I don't like real agitators in real life, and I don't like agitators inside of a washing machine because they kind of defeat the purpose and they tangle all your clothes up and they stretch out the neck and stuff. I don't like it.
Do you
And I'll
think?
tell
Yeah,
everyone.
you have that problem with all of your shirts.
But I don't have an agitator, so maybe I need an agitator.
Maybe
instead.
you
that'll-
have like a leprechaun who runs through your clothes and just tries to rip all your shirts. It's like a little Hulk Hogan leprechaun, and he's trying to do the shirt rip, but he just can't do it. So he just stretches out the collar. That's what's happening.
Well, you know what they say. Maybe.
That's maybe what they say. They might say that.
Maybe there's a leprechaun coming after you all around. A little leprechaun. He's chasing you around and chasing your clothes, grabbing them.
Murdock, are you wearing a long sleeve shirt? I know this is like the listeners here don't get this.
Get ready for it. Look how long the sleeves are. They're short.
Oh, okay. Because I was curious. Because like this room
I
that
don't-
I'm in
I don't
is
like long sleeve shirts.
it's the worst room. So in the summer it's really hot, in the winter it's really cold, and it's hoodie season currently. So I have to wear a hoodie to be comfortable in this room.
You got your Degeneration X hoodie on.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, they have
But-
two words for you. It's cold.
It is. So Kurt had a t-shirt or has a t-shirt on, and I wasn't sure if yours was long sleeve because I have a long sleeve shirt very similar to that color and pattern, but it's not.
Is it a full like long sleeve, or is it like a 3/4 like a baseball tee?
Oh, mine's like a full. Unless
Ah.
it's supposed to be a 3/4 and I just have short arms.
That's what mine is a baseball tee.
Yeah.
I like it.
Did you play baseball today?
Very nice. I did. Yep.
When was the last time you played baseball?
When
Never.
we had a Yankee Candle softball team.
Oh, that's fun. Did you ever have to think about baseball?
Yes.
Never understood that.
Yeah, I tried it. It doesn't work.
Like I'm like, think about baseball, and I'm like,
Yeah. And then you did the same things as me? You just think about the umpire all the time? Wait. that just me?
I'm just like, what do I? So what exactly do I think about baseball? Because I think baseball is kind
You're
of
just supposed
boring.
to say it. You're supposed to say it over and
just
over
supposed to
again.
say it?
Baseball.
Like,
baseball,
strike,
baseball.
strike one,
Yeah.
foul ball.
I don't think that's the right thing to say.
You're out.
And then you just yell home run and it's all over.
Oh no, grand slam. Hopefully
Yeah.
not.
At a Denny's?
I don't think any of that stuff works.
I haven't been to Denny's in a while. Denny's used to be the spot.
I used to always go to Denny's.
All right.
They stepped in vomit at a Denny's once. That was not great.
That's very on brand, though.
Yeah,
It is.
your stories are always so sad near the ends. It's something always happens. You're like, oh yeah, I was going out to Denny's and we're gonna get like moons over my hammy, and instead I stepped in puke. So
Yep.
No, I literally got out of the car and I stepped in it. And I go, that's weird. And then I looked down and I go, that's vomit.
Oh, Murdock, were you?
Damn,
You were at.
that's vomit.
Were you at Buffalo Wild Wings that time that we got out of the car and there was a kid puking in the parking lot, and then they came in and they were sitting next, like the table next to us?
No,
Must not have been. You must not have been with us.
but for the sake of the story, yes, I do remember that.
Well, it was hilarious because we get out of the car and we're looking over and we're like, oh, that kid just threw up. And then he threw up again. We're like, oh boy, that sucks. What did he order? I'm not going to order that. And then they went inside.
Yeah, so he was probably drunk and then decided to throw up, and then he was ready to go again.
That's
Probably.
the Denny's gimmick.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a child, so probably not. But I mean, I
Oh,
assume it was
well-
a child.
You know what it was? They went to Applebee's before that and did the all-you-can-eat wings, and then we're like, this sucks.
Yeah.
And he ate too many.
They were like,
He
these
ate
wings are terrible.
11.
Let's go get real wings.
What are you drinking?
Applebee's, that's a good
Oh.
and gather.
It's a Good and Gather coconut
Yeah.
pineapple sparkling
Looks-
water.
Looks good, except for the part where you get the sparkling water. So
Yeah, but it's like, do you ever just crave carbonation?
Crave it all the time.
Yeah, like you just want something carbonated, like instead of just drinking like regular water.
that
Yep.
was my wrestling name.
Crave carbonation.
Yeah,
The carbonator,
The carbonator.
the Carbonator Crave Carbonation.
you just fill them full of air.
Craving the carbonator.
Let me tell you something, guys. I need the bubbles, dude. I need those bubbles. And when Crave the Carbonator, I just fucked it up.
You did.
Crave the Carbonator gets a hold of you, Jack. He's gonna strangle you till you pop, brother.
Crave the
Brother.
carburetor.
The carburetor.
Crave the Carburetor.
People steal
I-
those.
I love carburetor.
No, they
so
steal
much.
catalytic converters.
They do. The ones then
Oh,
it
yeah.
smells like rotten eggs.
I don't know my car parts. Like shit,
Well.
man. Here's what I know about cars. The skinny one
They
on the
go.
right makes it go. The fat one next to it slows her down. That's what I know about
You have
cars.
people push your car?
It took me a second. No, the pedals at the bottom, you know? It's the pedals. It's all about the pedals, brother.
It's all
2 or
about
3
the
pedals.
baby.
2 or 3 pedals? Oh, no, 3 pedals, that's for advanced people. I can't
Yeah.
do 3 pedals. I
don't
only have
wanna be
2
thinking
feet. I
about
can't do
stuff
3
while I'm
pedals.
driving. There's already enough things to think about when I'm driving, like my cell phone and like, you know,
The
other
crossword
people on the
puzzle.
road.
and,
Yeah.
You know.
Speaking of cars, I have a complaint about mine.
Oh, and
Are you mad that you didn't pick Cars 2 for your sequel draft?
No, but I am upset that I didn't say Uncharted like at all.
Oh yeah, you went video game late in the draft.
I did.
You were a late bloomer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm
So what's wrong with your
yeah.
car?
No, well, there's not anything like wrong with it per se, but I did get a new car, and the infotainment screen is like an 11-inch. It's basically a tablet in the middle of it, and it
Gotcha.
is too big.
As somebody would say, it's huge.
It's
Huge.
Huge. Very
So wait,
huge,
what kind of
very-
car
very
did
good.
you get, if you don't mind me asking?
He does mind you asking. He wants
Huge.
a WRX.
Oh,
I bought a 23 WRX.
oh. I
It's
think you said you were
beautiful.
going to do that. Didn't you say that on the podcast one time that you were going to do that?
I did.
Well, congratulations, episode 20. Kurt gets a new car.
Yep.
Does your driver's license plate say Curdy?
No,
No.
it's a template.
It's
It
a
says
template.
Walker
Well, like
Dragon
yeah,
22.
all of them are on a template, like because they gotta, they're all like the same, and then you just stamp the thing in the middle. I think they still do them in prison. I don't know.
So maintaining our trend of my stories that are sad. The last time I had a vanity plate was on my old WRX, which got totaled, and that's where I retired that
Oh,
license plate.
oh.
And coincidentally, his license plate said totaled, which is kind of
That's incredible. Is that true?
it is.
No.
Oh, okay. You got me. You got me on that one. Hey,
Every time.
can we
by the
talk
way,
about
When
something-
you guys,
Oh.
when you guys do a racing game, this is what I want to ask. Like
Oh,
Need
yeah.
for Speed. I know all three of us have played this, and it asks you to put in like your license plate. what was the one? Did you guys always have one that you always put on there? Because I did.
I mean,
I put Too Fast for You. Too Fast for You, and I did that throughout like all the games that I played.
I haven't played a Fast and the Furious. I haven't played a Need for Speed game in a while, but like the last one that I remember playing, it put my gamer tag as my license plate like by default. And Forza does that too, actually. Forza Horizon 5.
You can change your plate in that.
Probably, but I just keep it as my gamer tag because that's fine.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to share. I was always like, I'm going to get that vanity plate eventually. And then I realized that when I get older, that it's kind of a douchey move.
While we're on this, is like Too Fast, Too Furious on one end of the spectrum. The other end is the Need for Speed.
I feel like they wanted to name it Need for Speed, and then someone was like, that's a video game. And they were like, Fast and the Furious it is.
But it feels like opposite ends. Like the Need for Speed is you got to go faster, and then Too Fast, Too Furious is the opposite end because you're going
like,
too
slow
fast.
down.
But you're mad about it. You're furious that you're going too fast.
Yeah, so it's like the middle, like moderate driver.
The middle is you can have any brew you want as long as it's a Corona. That's the middle of it.
Oh.
With family.
I feel like that's not, but it's okay. We'll go with that.
Well, the Busta brought me back, so.
Yo, speaking of bringing it back.
Bring it back.
There was a revelation off pod.
Vic the Snake?
Yeah, off pod last week. We were playing were we playing Uno? Yeah, I think we were playing Uno. And Kurt mentioned that someone fell in front of him when he was in Austin.
The streak continues.
Like,
well, that's totally different though. Like they were cracked out of their mind.
Their head was.
Coincidentally, yeah, exactly. They were cracked out of their mind, and on the other side of the spectrum, Kurt usually sees people's heads cracked. So,
yeah,
yep.
But that was a weird experience for me.
But it's still.
But it's on brand.
True. It is very much on brand.
Sad stories and cracked skulls.
Yep.
The Kurt Walker story.
The Kurt Walker story. That's too funny.
I'm gonna have to steal Broken Skull from
Steve
Stone
Austin?
Cold.
Don't go.
Okay, so I have one question that I haven't asked in a while.
All right.
No, I haven't.
Y'all put peanut butter on a burger yet?
No.
Oh. Did you have an opportunity?
I'm saving it.
Did you have an opportunity
we're saving
to?
it.
We're still saving it for the Airbnb?
Yeah, we're gonna go eventually.
Yeah, in 2026.
Listen to this. And even if we have to call out and we both get COVID coincidentally at the same time with the same COVID test that is drawn onto the marker, but we still have it.
Oh, so now we're falsifying COVID tests to go on an Airbnb?
Whatever we got to do, brother, it's important. We need this peanut butter on a burger. That was hard to say.
We need this peanut.
We need this peanut.
Let's get this nut.
This sounds like a crazy Borderlands character who's just chasing you around. We need this peanut.
I love you, man. Weekend. The search for the nut. Wait.
That'll be on the next sequel.
I like it.
That'll be the first pick.
It's like Spaceballs.
Yeah, the sequel.
The final frontier. The search for more money.
Speaking of Uno, though,
yeah.
Okay.
Why is that game so fun?
The games that we've been playing lately are games
Clarify.
that don't look like fun when you're looking at them in the store. Like, but they're fun.
Where do you look at them in the store?
Like the PlayStation store.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
With your eyes.
Yeah,
Mike
with
is
your
like,
eyes.
Fuck. Owen Brody's like, I'm gonna go to Blockbuster later.
Yeah. I'm gonna rent Uno and Worms.
Movie gallery.
Yeah. So clarify though, Kurt, because you said Uno is so much fun, but it's not. Uno Flip is so much fun.
No, I think Uno's fun too.
Really?
I would
yeah.
agree.
Uno Flip, you're kind of getting both. So,
Yeah, I would agree. But Uno Flip is like, it's like 2 games in one.
Yeah, it's like Uno.
Because it is.
And then Uno Flip.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like Uno, and you're in the middle of playing Uno. You're like, I don't want to play Uno anymore. Let me just throw this card down. We don't have to switch games, and then we're good.
But you're hold on.
I'm
But we're
holding,
s-
sir. Sir.
But you're like, hey, I don't want to play Uno anymore. Let me throw down this card so I can flip my hand and continue playing Uno with different
No, because
colors.
then you're playing Uno Flip.
Right. Different game, Kurt.
Different
all
game,
right?
brother.
Let the man speak. Do you feel him, Kurt?
It's
You
like
can
playing
feel it.
Mario and then being like, I want to play Mario 2. You got to take the cartridge out
And then
and you got
flip
to go
it.
and play Mario 2. But it's all the same characters. It's the same story. Well, I guess Mario and Mario 2
just
isn't
imagine
quite
that,
the
though.
best example. But
If you
Mario Party 2 is better.
oh,
but think
yeah.
if you were playing Mario and you're like, I don't want to play this anymore. I want to play Mario 2, and then you just throw down a card and it flips it over to that game.
Yeah.
The game's just mirrored.
There you go. And it's
The
just
man's
called
got
Mirror.
it.
Imagine if it mirror flip. Imagine if it's called Mario Flip, and you could just play any version of
Paper Mario?
Oh, is that what
Ooh.
happens? I never
No,
played
Paper
it.
Mario's coming out soon, though. It's going to be dope.
Didn't it already come out?
Yeah, but this is the remake era. Like the past 10 years has been like the remake era. They're like, we're just going to
We're in the
remake a bunch of
nostalgia
games.
era.
What era are you in your life right now?
Nostalgia.
I never make any
100%.
errors.
I keep telling my wife I'm in the letting myself go era, and I'm just not going to go to the gym and work out. I'm just going to eat ice cream every day, and like that's it.
If you'd like to see what it looks like, you can just take a look at me sometime, and that's what happens. So yeah, and any more times I shave, it's just my beard is starting to go completely white. So soon I'll look like Tim Allen from the Santa Claus.
We can
And
get
I'll
you just
smell
for
like
men.
Yeah, just for men beard edition. It's
But I'm
like
not
just for
for
men, but
just
just for men
men.
for beards.
I'm only
just for
I'm
beards.
for women.
Is just for men
What?
for beards the Uno Flip of just for men?
What?
Yeah, you just flip it
Maybe.
upside down and use it down here.
Just for men flip.
I'll allow it.
Why?
I'll allow it.
Why? I don't know. You remember that from Celebrity
Because
Deathmatch?
he's thinking of
Mills
baseball
Lane?
again.
Yeah.
'Cause he's the umpire.
Yeah, whatever. I'll allow it. You
Well,
swung at it. It's your fault.
1,000 chips delicious. Nabisco.
Ooh.
I don't think it does that.
Yeah, it totally does the ooh at the end.
Not like that.
Yeah.
Nabisco.
Ooh.
Ooh.
It's deeper?
No.
What? Where is it?
I thought it just went Nabisco.
No, there's definitely a ooh.
Nabisco. Woo.
Nope.
King of Woo style.
Anyway, we're back. Technical
King of
difficulties.
Classes. We're back.
We're back.
Jack.
What topics did I have? I had something to talk about. We talked about my PlayStation thing that sucked, and then my computer was like, "Oh, you don't like computers today? Guess what?
Yeah, it heard you.
It heard
Rise
me.
of the technology.
It heard me."
Yeah. Skynet coming alive and at you. The robots will kill you before anybody else does.
You know what though?
Squeenet.
Exactly. Like they should be happy because Terminator 2 was the first pick of the draft last week.
Skynet.
Squeenet.
Yeah, it's Squeenet.
Can you spell that
Hey,
for me?
bloody. You ever had a Skynet?
SCKOYNUET.
You ain't got no alibi, you ugly.
Squeenet.
Hey, mate, you ever had a Skynet?
Wait, mate, you ever said Squeenet?
You ever had a Skynet when they take over the war with a bunch of Rubits, you know?
Rubits?
Rubits.
Rubik's Cubes. Ain't nobody
Yeah.
solving that problem.
There's lots of Rubits. Stop making fun of the way I say Rubits. You know, the things with the metal and stuff and such.
Batteries.
They say such.
I've never seen a metal Rubik's Cube.
No, he's talking about robots. I'll translate for
yeah.
you. I'll translate for you. Murdock, say a sentence and I will translate it.
Have you ever seen anything that looks like Rubits before? They have, you know, like metal arms and stuff. You know,
I get it now.
Haven't you ever
Rubik.
seen anything that was too long of a sentence for me to remember? Haven't you ever seen anything that looks like a robot before with like metal long arms and
said
stuff?
robot.
I
See?
meant robots.
That's funny. The story of that is there's a show called The Goldbergs, and the dad always says robots, and I laughed my ass off when I heard him say it. But then he said it so much, I say it now. I say robots instead of robots.
Okay,
It's added to the list of things you say weird.
that brings on this little little info piece. If you were on a TV show, what would your catchphrase be? Like Murdock busts through the door and he's like, says something.
Hey.
I think that was
the Kool-Aid Man.
Hey, you're the Kool-Aid Man?
I bust through the door and I say, hey, that's a lot of people.
That's terrible.
That is.
It is. But then I just leave, and that's the only part that I have in the show every single week. So everyone's just waiting for that part to happen, and it just randomly happens. It's just like the Kool-Aid Man, but I just go, hey, that's a lot of people. And then I just slowly back out of wherever I am.
Yeah,
perfect.
That would work.
Kurt would say,
I'd just be like, what?
In the vein.
In the vein.
In the vein? I don't say it that often.
I feel like if Kurt was in a TV show, I feel like he would be like the mailman.
He'd be that guy where they do like the close-up shot of him, and he'd put his hands on his hips and he'd go, what are you going on about? That's what he'd say. And everybody in the audience would say it at the same time.
Yeah.
What are you going on about? Yeah. And then he'd be like, here's your mail, sir. And then that's the only part that he does every week. You're like the Al Borland.
Yeah, but he
That's
busts
perfect. I'll take that.
He busts in like during like a heated family like discussion, and then he's like, what are y'all going on about?
And they're like, oh, Kurt, you the mailman.
You the mailman.
Yeah, they're robots. It all comes full circle.
It all comes full circle.
That's what we say a lot here on this show too.
Yeah.
Full circle?
I feel like we need a full circle t-shirt.
Yeah.
But it needs to not be complete.
It could be like a Uno reverse card.
Yeah.
Yeah. It all comes full circle on the show every time. It's like a joke when you go see a celebrity. What? I'm done. And you go see a comedian and he brings the punchline of a joke back at the end. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, it's called a callback. But the comedian could be a celebrity. You're seeing a funny celebrity.
I'm a celebrity.
Hi, guys. I'm a celebrity.
That's my catchphrase.
Yeah, remember that time you saw Paul Rudd and he was like, here's my catchphrase.
I'm a celebrity. Did I ever tell the story of Kowloons when I asked that person to take the picture of us? Did I ever tell that story?
You shouldn't. You should never
take
talk
a picture
about
of me and
that,
you when we were at Kowloons?
No, so I'm just going to tell the story because it'll come up at some point. And maybe we did tell it and I don't care, but it still haunts me because of what I did.
It should.
I'm just going to say, I have a hard time sometimes understanding like people that have accents or like I just do if I don't know, I try to be nice and go like, yeah, because I don't want to like have to ask, but they could be asking me a question and that makes it terrible. So anyway, we go to one of my favorite places, Kowloons, which is in Boston. It's a
Saugus.
It's great.
Yeah, it's in Saugus.
Yeah, sorry, Saugus. It's on that strip that if you stepped out into that road, everyone would die and get hit by cars. But
Frogger
like
Lane.
Frogger. Oh god. So anyway, we're at the end of our meal and we're ready to go. Him and I were going to Monday Night Raw. I think you remember when we went there together. So
talk about me, right?
Yeah, no. When him and I went, you and I went to Night of Champions.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Kurt and I went to that, and at the end we're like, oh man, there's like leftovers. Should we keep them in the car or whatever? And Kurt's like, yeah, it'll be fine. So anyway, you tell the rest, Kurt, because I mess it up every time.
Well, let me go full circle with this. I don't think the leftovers were fine.
They weren't. I threw them away. They stayed in the car for like 8 hours.
Okay,
no,
so
like 4 hours.
The story doesn't revolve around the leftovers because I was invested.
No.
Oh.
No, so we're there.
Part though, because we're ending eating. So.
Yeah, we're finishing eating, and the lady comes up, and she says, again, had an accent, but you gotta kind of, I guess, take the Adam Foley out of it. She comes up and she goes, "Do you want to take it with you?" And he like looks at me and looks at her and goes, "I guess, yeah. You want to take a picture?"
It looked at me like I was crazy, and then I said, "Yeah, I mean, Kurt, if you want to take a picture, we'll take a picture together. And then she just stared at me, and I was like, live.
It
Living
sounds like a
color.
pay-per-view.
Box on the boat.
Coming from your live in Saugus, Massachusetts, it's Box on a Boat.
We're gonna box you, and we're gonna suck your toes.
That's too funny, except for the fact that you guys cut out the whole time.
Oh no, what part did you get?
Murdock was talking about the picture, taking the picture, and then Murdock was like, if you want to take the picture, yeah, we can take a picture. And then it like kind of cut out after that.
Oh, I basically just said at that point, I said, did you want a box? And then I just stared at me.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then I said, yes, I'd like to box her.
You wanted to punch
and
the
then
lady?
We fought her. And then it was Box on a Boat 3 live in Saugus, Massachusetts. Yeah, that was the gist of what we said, right, Banjo Kazooie?
Yo.
Is that what he does?
Yeah. Have you have you never played Banjo Kazooie? What?
Never.
Why not?
He wasn't a Nintendo boy.
Oh,
I thought I had to play banjo, so I decided not to play.
No, it's a banjo and a kazoo.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you gotta play both.
I thought that was gonna be tough to play at the same time, but I guess you could keep the kazoo in your mouth.
Yeah.
No, you pluck the kazoo with. Never mind.
You pluck the banjo with the kazoo.
Put the banjo in my mouth. Try to play it. It didn't work.
Yeah, you blow in the banjo.
Yep, I blow in the banjo. Live on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Blow in the banjo. That's the name of my radio show that I do.
Blow in the banjo.
You're listening to 92.3. Blow in the banjo.
Kurt, did you ever play the spiritual sequel? Maybe we should do a spiritual sequel draft. There's very few of those. But Ukulele?
I did not.
What are you talking about? What's happening?
A spiritual sequel? Yeah. No, you don't know what a spiritual sequel is?
Successor, I think, is the correct.
Well,
like a spiritual successor.
I mean, it's that too. Like it's a sequel. But
you mean like a fucking sequel?
It's not like a real. It's not like a real sequel. It's like
it's like the love child.
It's a plagiarism.
Yeah, I don't even know. Was it the people who made Banjo Kazooie that made that? Yeah.
Yeah, it was the team at Rare that went off, and I think it's Playtronics. Technically, I think is the.
Oh, Plantronics! I love their headsets.
Plantronics, yeah, their headsets are awesome. They're developed by NASA.
Wow.
In a lab.
A NASA lab?
Like a tube tavy? A tube tavy. Yep. Bye.
See ya.
It's like a tube tavy.
I was just a test tube baby. Baby.
Yeah.
Oh man, this episode, I don't know where this episode's going.
Episode 20. We're already drunk. I don't know.
Do you want to take our picture?
Yeah, I do. Sure. I do want to take your picture.
Did you say episode 20 Florida drunk?
I didn't say Florida drunk.
No, is that what you said, kid?
No, I said episode 20. We're already drunk. Underage drinking problem.
Oh, I don't even drink.
It's
exactly that's the problem.
Because again, we should just keep calling every episode full circle because it's episode 20, already drunk, but we couldn't drink because we have to wait another year. Hey, I heard some news this week.
What news did you hear this week?
What nurse did you talk to?
What nurse did you
What nurse gave you that news?
What nurse?
Was she at the hospital?
Well, what news I heard this week was Kurt. You watched Hereditary.
Oh,
I did.
Yeah. Tell me about it. I mean, you can tell me about it because I've seen it. Spoiler alert.
Start to finish, tell us the entire plot.
Yeah.
So here,
I love it.
I guess it's okay. I didn't think it was amazing. We talked about this like off stream a little bit, Adam, or offline, whatever we're calling it. We talked about this a little bit off stream.
We were fishing together.
You guys were fishing together. You were on the beach. You were off the stream.
We were off stream, and he was like, "Listen, it's perfect time to talk now."
Actually, fishing is the best time to talk. But it was it was okay. I think it was the ending. There was only one scene in the entire movie that actually bothered me, which was at the end, and like the guy who was the priest at the funeral at the very beginning was standing in the doorway, just completely naked, smiling. And that was terrifying to me. Nothing else about that movie was scary, but I guess I'm not a huge religious person. So that really didn't that side of it doesn't really bother me because it seemed to be more like religical. Yep. All right. It seemed to be a lot more religical. I thought I would give it like a 7 out of 10. I would say cinematography wise, it was 9.6 out of 10. A24 made great movies. So
it was really good. Like I thought it was very like tense the whole time. Like there was naked people everywhere in that movie.
Yeah, that's the part that I said to him. So one of the parts that I never even noticed, and I had to go back and look at it after, is when they show the house and there's nobody there, and then they go back and show the house again at night, and it's surrounded by a bunch of people.
Yeah, I thought that was a spooky ass movie.
I won't watch it again. I told Kurt I won't watch it because I went and looked up a bunch of stuff, and all that stuff is real for all like the.
I went down that rabbit hole too.
Yeah, I do not do that.
Yeah, don't.
Nope.
Don't.
I won't.
Don't do it.
I won't. Listeners, if you do it, don't tell me about it. But don't do it. Actually, I think Murdock told me some about it, and I was like, "That's fucked up, man."
It is. That is my number one scariest movie for me that I've ever seen. And
really?
Yeah. So for me, there's like jump scare movies, and that's scary at the time you watch it, right? But then you're kind of over it because you know where it's going to happen. So it's not as scary anymore. Hereditary is one of those movies that psychologically fucks you up.
Yeah.
And when it makes me like uncomfortable are the movies that scare me the most. And that made me uncomfortable. And just like Kurt was talking about, this cinematography of the way they film some stuff. Like, I'm going to say it. I don't care. Spoiler alert. You can go fucking watch it yourself. It's on a bunch of streaming stuff. But when she cuts her head off, that I will never get that image out of my head. The way it looks, they just make it look so disturbing. How she's like up in the air and shit. Like, didn't like it.
That's a weird thing to be bothered by.
But by someone cutting their head off?
Oh, Kurt's used to
it.
Yeah. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's why that movie didn't bother me. That's just another Tuesday for me.
Right.
Yes.
2 for Tuesday. 2 people fall over.
2 for
Tuesday.
Choose. Yeah. So anyway, I love that movie. Do you guys ever do like a list of movies to watch during October?
I try to, but it's difficult because I'm the only one in the house who likes horror movies, so it's difficult.
Really? Your wife doesn't like horror movies?
No, God, no. I got her to watch. I can picture the cover. Shit. It's not. I got her to watch The Conjuring, which was surprising because that was terrifying.
That's weird.
She must have been scared.
She was. What was the other one that I got her to watch? I can't remember. It'll come to me.
You just like put her through the ringer you're like, hey, listen, we're gonna start slow and watch The Conjuring.
We watched it. It was the first time I had seen it as well, so I had no idea.
Speaking of that, with The Conjuring, I ran into Mr. Ace Romero.
Oh yeah,
Ace baby Candle. He was buying a candle, and he told me that night he was going to stay at the Conjuring house in Rhode Island.
Yeah, there's pictures of it. He had stuff all over his Instagram story, I think.
He was in a room there, and he had a rock thrown at him from somewhere, and there was no one else in the room other than himself. So
yeah, that's messed up.
Yeah, I would never go there.
Any other room, I'd be like, oh, there was a trap set, but not there.
No. I watched, my wife watches Dead Files if you want a cool show to watch. So like a medium goes into different places. And right before we actually started taping this, I was watching one with her. And there was this guy that was, people would get like, they'd go into this, it was like a mansion. And he bought it and it was haunted. And he wanted to find out how to like get rid of the things that were in there. And they had a medium go, and she was telling them how all the spirits that were in there were violent. And he wanted to. He was asking what he should do, and they were telling him that he should have like a psychologist come that specializes in that to get rid of the bad energy that was in there for them to leave. And if that didn't work, then he should have an exorcism done on the house.
Jesus.
And he said he wouldn't because he's going to turn it into a hotel for people to stay at so they can get scared.
Yo, should we try to find a Airbnb that's got some haunting? Like,
I would never go.
I'm gonna find one. I just won't tell you.
Nope.
Until we get there.
No,
I'll be
don't
like, this is the room, Murdock.
Out of all the things, that's something I believe in a lot.
Oh God.
No, please no.
I can have so much
that
fun
stuff
with
attaches to you. It's not fun.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I mean, you can purge it. I was reading like a half joking.
Oh, you have a lot of experience with it, Kurt. The things that attach to you like that.
I mean, here's weird occurrences, right? People falling down, cracking their skulls open. Also, don't know if anyone else has this problem. I drive under streetlights all the time and they turn off.
It has to do with your car.
Yeah, because you drive it
multiple different cars.
Yeah, halogen lights. You should look it up.
Yeah, halogen lights.
No. This was like even back when I had like an 01 Cavalier.
Yeah, it had halogens.
Yeah.
Nope. It didn't.
Yeah.
Halogen. Yeah.
It's an allergen?
That was my
You're allergic to it?
That was my other gimmick in wrestling.
The halogen light?
Yep.
Yeah. Halogen light.
So you really wouldn't go to like a haunted place?
Absolutely not. Nope.
Like something that's legit haunted, you wouldn't go?
Nope.
There's a bridge.
Even with a group of people.
I was just explaining to you guys the last part of this is that people went there before the medium found out this guy was doing like haunted walks in there and he didn't tell her about it. And people were going there and just showing up and then becoming violently ill.
Where were they eating before though? Is that restaurant still open?
Taco Bell. No. No, one person became violently ill. The other person had something grab them when they were there or grab multiple times. I don't know. To me, it seems like you guys don't believe in that stuff. So,
well, no, I mean, I believe in it, but I think like, wouldn't it be kind of fun to go to like a haunted, like an Airbnb that has a little bit of history?
I think a hotel would be better because there's multiple different people and staff there.
No, you can't trust those mother effers.
Haven't you seen The Shining, Kurt?
Yeah.
You would die first.
I probably would. And no, I haven't fully.
Kurt would die first. Who would die next? Me or Murdock?
Adam would be the first one to hightail it out of there.
I would not be there.
He'd be that one person that's like, this is a bad idea, guys.
No,
you should really leave.
Yeah.
Oh, so he'd survive. He'd survive.
You guys
I would
have
die.
me on like the phone on FaceTime and it would just fall at the end. And I'd be like, Micah, fuck, Owen Brody.
That's like
Kurt,
the 2023 version of Blair Witch.
Yeah. And then instead you guys would just be staring into the wall at something. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what happens on the end of Blair Witch.
I thought Paranormal Activity was really scary when they first marketed it that it was real.
Yes.
Yeah. When they did that, I mean, that magic only worked once, and that was Blair Witch. Everybody thought Blair Witch was real. They had like a documentary that came out around the time of the release of the movie, like where they were looking. It was the family of the actors. Like I totally bit and thought it was legit. Like I thought it was real, 100%.
You know, until I saw them like a contract to stay in character the whole time and not tell anybody that it was fake.
Yeah. I believed it until I saw them at like an award show. Like I think it was like the MTV Awards or something.
It was. That's the same thing for me. Yeah. When I saw it, I was like, oh.
Okay. Fuck.
Yeah, they had me the whole time though.
That's brilliant. That's great marketing.
Yeah, it could never
if
work.
You watch
today.
the documentary of it, it's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that could never work today though.
No, because there's too much of it. They flooded the market. One cult classic for me that a lot of people know about is called VHS. It was kind of a found footage like horror movie. It's pretty good. It has like a couple it's one of those dark side of the Tales of the Dark Side.
Oh yeah, Tales of the Dark Side. Yep.
A bunch of different like stories.
I have not seen VHS, but that's always one that I want to see. And then when I go to watch it, it's never available for me to watch, and I don't want to buy it
because you don't have a VHS player.
Wait, you need a VHS player? That's what I'm missing.
The first one came out on VHS. So.
Oh shit! Ordering one right now.
It's not true.
How? And I know that they probably wouldn't do this, but like, can you imagine if let's say TVs had cameras in them, right? And like you watch a movie and it runs a script inside of it in the background. So that way, like you're watching it and then all of a sudden it's you sitting on your couch and you're like, what? And then it like puts an image in that makes it look like the room that you're in is haunted.
They did something kind of similar for a game for the 3DS that my wife used to play, and it scared her so much she stopped. You like went around your house with the 3DS and took pictures, and there was spirits. I think it was called Spirit Camera or whatever.
Fatal Frame.
No, it was called. I thought it was called Spirit Camera. But anyway, she stopped playing it because she saw stuff on it and she didn't like it. So
there's a haunted bridge near me. We should take you there, Murdock. Next time you're, in town.
I'm not gonna go to any of that stuff.
We'll just go and I'll stop and I'll be like, "This is the bridge, Murdock." Then what would you do?
I'd say, "Hello, my friends. We meet again." It's been a while.
Full circle.
So
yeah, it was called Spirit Camera, man, and it's wow, it's going for a lot of money on DK Oldies. I go there a lot for cool.
Yeah, because they shut down the digital store, so everything that's like physical is like super expensive.
So I should have kept
like
all
a
that
million
stuff.
DS games back here.
I don't have any of that. I even have the green Nintendo DS, the green one.
I had a Zelda DS. Maybe it was a 3DS. I don't remember.
That's a 3DS. Was it the green and gold one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 3.
Big fan.
It was like for Link Between Worlds came out.
Yep. Loved that game. I thought that was really, really good.
It's the only game I haven't played. That and Link's Awakening.
Oh, brother, you got to play Link's Awakening. But Link Between Worlds is cool because Murdock's so enthused. But you can flatten Link up against walls and like go through like little cracks. It's kind of cool. But anyway,
Paper Mario.
Yeah. Anyway, back to like the scary movie stuff. Murdock said his like scariest movie. Kurt, what's the movie that scared you the most?
I'm trying to remember what it was called. I keep wanting to say that it was like House on Haunted Hill or something like that. All I remember is there was a scene. I watched it when I was like 10, and I had a friend over at the time. And our big thing was always like, let's watch scary movies late at night.
Hell yeah.
And it was just on like the Sci-Fi Channel or something. And I remember we were watching that, and there's a really scary scene with a guy in like a plague doctor mask, like killing someone with a syringe. And I remember it very vividly. And I thought it was that movie, but we also watched like 4 movies that night and we stayed up and then the sun came up. That was, yeah. I don't know the name of it. That's probably the only one off the top of my head that I think actually like really bothered me.
You said a plague doctor?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
like into the plague doctor mask.
House on Haunted Hill, doesn't that have Catherine Zeta-Jones in it? Or am I thinking of a different movie? But yeah, there's a lot of movies that like I don't know if I was necessarily like scared. I mean, there were some that like made you jump. And then different time periods, like when I was like a kid, obviously Blair Witch like scared the bejesus out of me. Like it creeped me out. Like I was so freaked out from that movie. But now like I don't care.
Or I mean, you could go watch that 11BX thing. That's terrifying.
What's that?
I don't think you really want to watch it.
Oh yeah, probably not. But what is it?
11BX.
Yeah.
11B-X-1371. There, I sent you guys a picture of that 11 whatever thing. That is terrifying. But I might have confused the two. I don't really remember.
Oh yeah, I don't think that's terrifying. I don't know. I feel like everybody has different types of fears, but
you don't find that scary?
Not really. No. I mean, not a picture of it. Like
it's like people at the mall.
Yeah, just like people at the mall. I don't get I don't get scared. Like, I mean, there's jump scares that'll make me jump, but I'm not like, oh my god, shut it off. This is too scary. I can't sleep. But there are movies that are like made me like uncomfortable or like, damn, like holy shit, like I can't stop thinking about it. Like I think the last time that I watched a movie that I guess would be borderline scary, although The Conjuring was up there, but the one where I was like I had to tell everybody about it, The Fourth Kind, which I think we've talked about on here before. Have you ever seen that, Kurt?
No.
So
So we
imagine.
know your sphere's aliens then, huh?
Yep. So imagine a movie that's based off of real events, and at certain parts in the movie, they splice in like picture like side by side the actors acting out a scene, and then the actual event happening on video as well. And it's bonkers.
I loved it.
It was so good.
Oh, and it has what's her face in it?
Yeah, what's her face? Resident Evil girl.
Yeah.
The girl from The Fifth
Mila-
Element.
Mila Jovic.
Yeah, sure.
Is that what it is?
Mila Jovic.
Yeah. I couldn't remember her name.
And you know who else it has in it?
Mhm.
Casey Jones.
Oh, have you guys watched the new Ninja Turtles? The new animated one?
I don't watch animated stuff.
But it's Ninja Turtles.
I don't watch animated stuff.
But it's Ninja Turtles.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's Ninja Turtles.
Then I might watch
Mutant
it.
Mayhem. John
Wait.
Cena's in it.
I just looked it up. It says it's animated. I don't watch animated stuff.
But you picked
Yikes.
Toy Story 2.
That's different.
How is that different?
Damn it, you're right.
Damn it.
I mean, animated and like Pixar are a little different.
Right. They're not as animated. They're less animated.
Well, I guess it's still animated, but it's not like a cartoon, right?
Right. I don't like cartoons. Only ones when I was a kid.
Like you only like the cartoons from when you were a kid, or you only like them watching them when you were a kid? When you were.
Oh, I wanted to watch it when I was a kid. Saturday morning cartoons. They're the best. They don't even make them anymore.
More.
They
Yeah,
do. They do if you stream them.
Oh, that's true.
You just
But
stream them on
I think it
Saturday
was
morning.
like the fun, right? Because you're like, I gotta eat some breakfast and watch some Saturday morning cartoons.
It was always
I
a
grew
bowl
up
of
in New
cereal
York.
for breakfast too. Like you didn't have
was.
like pancakes and like anything like that. You had a bowl of cereal
No.
because it had to be quick. Like you woke up and you were like, it's gonna start soon.
Yep. And I would eat a bowl of cereal and one of those weird small cinnamon buns, and I could unroll it.
Oh
and eat
yeah,
it. Those are great.
that
They're
was
tiny
good.
though. They're smaller.
Do you think they were made to be like unrolled like that?
I don't know, but that's how I ate them. And sometimes I would put it in my tongue and I'd be like, I'm Godzilla. No, I didn't do that.
You did.
No, I did.
Don't lie.
I did used to put bugles on my fingers though and say that I was a witch.
Oh, I used to say that's Freddy
I'm
Krueger.
a witch.
Did you ever do it with black olives?
Black
No,
olives
'cause
are gross.
What? No, they're amazing, but I wouldn't because they're not sharp. So I'd be
But
like,
you can put them on your fingers. You go, I'm an alien.
I'm a whale. I don't know. What does it look like?
I'm a whale.
Yeah, I just say that randomly around the house. I'm a whale. No. What other things did you put on your fingers? That was another topic I had in my phone.
Was it really?
No.
Oh, okay.
I said bugles and then he said olives. I was like, I thought there was only one thing that you could do.
I
What
would
other things do you
say,
want?
yeah,
You can put a lot of
bugles,
things on your fingers.
gloves. Gloves are one for sure.
I ate
Band-Aids.
SpaghettiOs with meatballs, and I used to spit all the meatballs out onto a plate, and I put them all on my fingers.
You did not.
That didn't happen.
There's like
no.
80% truth in that.
That didn't happen. I just ate them
Yeah.
after. Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
That's a true story. I used to take all of the meatballs out one by one and leave them on the side.
Well,
of the plate
that
and then
goes
eat them all.
that goes back to something we talked about a long time ago. The order in which you eat things. You eat things from the worst to the best. So you got to separate the meatballs from the spaghetti. Like that's the best part.
What was there ever anything that you ate as a kid that looking back now you're like, I would never eat that?
I mean, boogers
Like-
probably.
Okay. I didn't quite mean it like that.
I still eat those.
Like, I remember I went through a huge period of time where I loved like Caesar salads and Caesar dressing. I used to just take like bread and put Caesar dressing on it and just eat that.
We used to not have a lot of money, so we'd eat spaghetti sandwiches.
Which are great.
They are.
I don't think I ever had a spaghetti sandwich.
We also ate, I think, did I talk about this on one of the past podcasts? Where we used to have, my mom would buy like ham, right? And like cook a nice ham for us. And we're always like, man, we never get ham. Like, this is great. But then the leftovers, she made us hook a grinder to the side of the table and we would grind it all up, all the leftovers. And then we'd have ham salad till I died, pretty much.
Yeah, no, you didn't tell us that. You told us about
That's
the
why-
bologna bowls.
Oh, bologna cups.
But the grinder thing, like, I'm like, nobody knows what that is, but we would hook like this metal grinder to the side that had like a vice grip.
Yeah.
Is that what it was called?
Yeah, the little.
And you'd vice grip it to the table, and then my sister would hold like the bowl, and I'd push all the ham and grind it onto the side. And I'm like, must be from like I don't know when. And then that's what we did, grind it up, made our own ham salad. And to this day, I fucking hate ham salad. So that kind of goes into the story.
Do you like tuna salad and stuff?
I don't really like, I just like I like regular tuna. I'll mix up tuna with some mayonnaise, and I'll buy
relish,
the little shrimps in the can, and I'll put those
What?
in there. The bumblebee tiny shrimps.
Wait, the shrimps in a can?
Yeah, you can buy it right where the tuna is.
Yo,
right? Okay,
you won't
I'm
go to a horror house, a haunted house. You won't go to a haunted house because you're worried about seeing ghosts, but you'll eat shrimp out of a can that'll make you see God.
That's why I eat them. Yeah, the shrimp god. But that's bumblebee tuna makes it, but it's called bumblebee tiny shrimp. And you mix that with the tuna, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm trying to tell you the best way to make a tuna sandwich. It has a little bit of the shrimp in it. You put the mayonnaise in it, and then you put salt and pepper on it, and you put this is the secret ingredient. You put paprika on it, and you mix it up.
Interesting.
It is a thing.
And if you want to make it taste even better, you cut up celery, and you put pieces of celery in it.
I hate celery.
I feel like my grandparents do that with tuna fish. They put celery in it.
Yeah, it's so good. Gives it a little crunch.
Replace it with pickles.
Gives it a little crunch.
Are you not a pickle guy?
I'm not a pickle guy. I don't like dill pickles.
Exactly what you're saying. So if you don't have celery, then I usually use the stacker pickles. And I put them in the middle of it, and then you get the crunch of the pickles and the tuna.
Yeah.
I love tuna fish sandwiches.
And
They're
they had
delicious.
the stacker pickles had great commercials. It was like the stork for some reason. He was bringing pickles instead of kids.
Yeah, the Vlasic guy.
Yeah.
He's like, sorry, we misplaced your kid. Here's the pickle. And she's like, that's how we got the kid.
Yeah.
Is there a pickle you prefer? Like Clausen?
I used to like those, but then they started putting way too much garlic in it, which is why Kurt likes it. Because this guy, if he had a wrestling gimmick, it'd be Mr. Garlic. So
I'm Wario.
Yeah, what?
Wario? He eats garlic.
He does?
I don't think he does.
He does.
You're just making it up?
Isn't that's a canon thing?
Wario eats garlic? I don't think so.
And he shoots a cannon?
Garlic is Wario's favorite food.
Oh. Wow, that's interesting.
Is that like fan fiction?
No, so a giant garlic turns Wario into Wario Man.
What is his
It
name?
isn't Wario?
It sounds like you're saying Wario.
Where were you? Where were you on Friday the 13th?
I was watching Wario and I was drinking milk.
Drinking. I have eggnog in my fridge.
It's way too early for eggnog.
No, it's not. It's never too early. It's like 2 days old, 3 days old, a week old, maybe.
You're like, I have eggnog in my fridge. I just found it. It's been there for a couple of years. Hey, wait a second. You just brought up eggnog and it triggered a memory for me for you. And how you got terribly sick drinking eggnog last year, right? Or was it the year before that?
I was about to tell you that wow. What I was going to say is I went through a period of time, like it was either last year or the year before, where I was like, I need eggnog so bad. And then I drank it and then it did not agree with me. But I did have apple crisp tonight because it's fall. Freshly picked apples too. It was great.
You made apple crisp?
Oh, I didn't, but I ate it.
Who are you going to give the credit to?
My wife.
Oh, okay.
If we eat, it's her. I can cook on a grill, so I get like 3 months of cooking.
You're a gorilla. You're
Yeah.
a gorilla, Harry.
I'm a gorilla.
You're a gorilla.
I'm a hairy gorilla.
Did we talk about that one time already? Which would be terrible for a podcast, but I'll talk about it anyway.
Oh, this
Words that
podcast
make
is
you say
already
S's?
terrible.
Words that make you say like S's over and over, like masks.
Crisps.
Yeah, there's crisps.
Crisps.
Mississippi.
Crisps.
I don't get it.
Masks.
It's something that ends in PS or KS.
Yeah, like you do.
Like wasp.
I'm getting the Kurt now. You do. Masks. Because you're saying like kiss at the end. You're making the S sounds.
It was
You
that
can't
big
say it without
meme
saying it.
about hydro flasks.
Like you sound like a snake.
I missed it.
Just say it. Just
Yeah,
say masks.
Masks.
Yeah, see? There it is. Yeah, right at the end. It's like
It's just masks.
but you're gonna, if you listen to what you're saying, you're gonna hear it and then never be able to not hear it again. So I was Murdock. Wait, hold on.
Oh yeah, we didn't even say who we were.
Yeah, that's fine. Everybody knows who we are if they've made it this far. So,
And if this is the first one you're watching and you got to this point, just go to a different one.
I mean, the watchers can read our names. The listeners.
So if this was that show, I would say Crashing Through the Wall, and I'd be like, wow, that's a lot of people. I'm Murdock. And then I would leave slowly.
And this was episode 20. Goodbye.
And then Kurt has to say,
What are you going on about?
what are you going on about? And then you never said what you would say, Micah. That's what's going to end it. Whatever it is that you're going to say now.
Oh
Will
shit!
end the
I don't know. I
podcast.
just
Ready?
randomly thought of that.
And then Micah would come through. Owen Brody would come through at some point in the sitcom, and he would say,
I think I'd just be the random. Actually, you know what? Okay, here's what I would be. I would be a person in some sort of business, like a store or like the restaurant or something, and my character quits the job every time they're on the scene, but they're in a different job each time.
that would be what you do. That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. They just be like, I quit, and it's the same actor playing the same character, but he has no name, so they don't know if it's the same character, but it's definitely the same actor, and he just quits.
And then in one of them, it'd be Kurt delivering mail.
Kurt's
And
training me. Kurt's training me. You bust through the wall, and then I'm like, I quit.
And then I go, damn, that's a lot of people. And then I leave. And then it ends with Kurt looking at everything and you quitting. And he goes, what are you going on about? That'd be perfect.
That's it.
That's it.
All right. See you later, guys.
Episode
It's
20.
been episode 20. We're 20 years old and still figuring things out.
Let's see if we make it to 21.